Welcome to episode 5 of Recipe Tester. This episode we're testing the by now pretty old Japanese jiggly cheesecake. I looked through many recipes and videos, but this one seems pretty promising, so I dived right in. The link to the recipe is of course in the description below. First you need lots of eggs, which I separated into 2 bowls. Egg whites into one, the yolks into the other. Then over a double boiler comes the cream cheese together with some melted butter and milk, which are melted together in this way. This is the first time I did this ever, and to be honest, I don't know if that really matters, but here we're testing this. It says to make it in the microwave, but well, I don't have one, so I'm doing it this way. My mixture becomes pretty smooth, but the recipe dictates that it should be beaten by a mixer to even out any remaining bits. Meanwhile, I'm sifting the flour, the starch, and a bit of salt into a separate bowl. When that's done, it's time for the sugar, the egg yolks, and the flour mixture to go into the cream cheese mixture to be beaten until it is all smooth. The recipe was a bit confusing with the sugar amounts. I mean, they had a separate list up there, but then to list them again down there was a bit muddling. I marked it and read it a few times so that the right amount goes into the right mixture. Then I beat the egg whites. When it starts to get thicker, I add cream tartar and gradually add the sugar. Continue beating until the egg whites are all stiff. I like to test them by turning them upside down. Can be dangerous to do that, but I enjoy it. Then the meringue we just made gets added to the cream cheese mixture in 3 parts and get folded in. I find those 3 parts pretty tedious, but oh well, it isn't the first time I have read this being done this way. In my experience, it doesn't matter if it goes all in at once or bit by bit. Now comes the part that wrecked it for me. I had my springform, which was the correct size, and had the bigger pan around it for the hot water. Baked alright, but the water seeped into the pan and the cake was ruined. So I got another different pan and packed it with aluminum foil so that no water could get into the cake batter. By that time I think it was the 3rd batch I made. Yeah, sheesh. But testing it for you. I was really eager to get this right, and it failing at this point was frustrating to say the least. As I didn't want to risk any water damage again, I got the cake directly out of the water and the form to see the result. And I must say, I'm pretty happy how it turned out. It is nice and jiggly, but I must say, this is not quite up my alley. It is nice and fluffy, but too light to be called a true cheesecake. The taste is there, but this is really just my taste. It tastes really good, don't get me wrong. The recipe wasn't bad either, but I wish it had the steps and bullet points and in general a bit better structured. This recipe gets in total 4 of 5 spoons from us. Let us know what you think of these Japanese cheesecakes and suggest what we should do next. Like to support our channel and subscribe if you don't want to miss our weekly videos. Thank you for watching till the end, and see you next Friday.